right, welcome back to the Outlords podcast. Today we have a very exciting guest and I'm super happy that she's here on the podcast. Viviana Ruiz, she's the current WBA interim flyweight world champion. She has a very, very big fight coming up in a couple of months against Gabriela Fundora. That is going to be in Vegas, we believe.
Vegas or California.
Vegas or California. And that is for the undisputed world title.
Yeah.
We've got so much to go through today. Who is Viv? I met Viv about 2 years probably ago now. She walked into the clinic in a moon boot and on crutches. It's been that long, I know.
2 years.
2 years ago with an Achilles rupture. And honestly, her whole journey and story has been so incredible. She's outdone probably everything that I could have expected in terms of dedication, her passion for the sport, her passion for life and everything in between. So thank you for being here. I'm really excited to get to know the human behind the fighter and a little bit of more your early history, I suppose. So before we kind of get into the fight and, you know, your training and bits and pieces like that, I want to know a little bit more about you, like where you grew up in Colombia, how you kind of developed the mindset that you currently have, and what does the journey kind of look like? Have you always liked fighting? Give us the rundown. Where did it start for you?
So, hey guys, I'm super excited. I have seen your podcast. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Like a lot of anecdotes, like things that you guys say and different points of view. So I really, really enjoy it. I'm super excited to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Like this is really cool.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
It's a pleasure.
So I was born in Bogota, capital city of Colombia. It was only four of us: my mom, my dad, my brother, and myself. We are from a low resources, you would say, sort of family. So we never have money, and Colombia. In the year that I was born, obviously Pablo Escobar and all that crazy things that people talk about Colombia, that was part of when I was growing. So it was really difficult, like a lot of violence. It was scary when my parents left my home, and you always say goodbye and you're like, maybe they come back. I don't know if you heard, like there were bombs in the middle of the day in a city. Like imagine, I don't know, the CBD in Sydney, midday, a bomb. Like what?
And like regularly too.
Exactly. It was a lunatic. Like when people talk about Colombia and how famous he is, he was a monster. Like I just want to highlight that. I hate him. Like he was disgusting. He's a monster. He did so much damage to us, to Colombia, to the community. He was trying to make it like he was helping the city where he wasn't. But so I was born in that sort of violence, and also we didn't have much money. Sometimes we didn't even have food for the week. So all what we had, imagine like tea with bread. That was it for a whole week for four of us. And but I've had a fantastic mom that through thick and thin, she always gave us the best. So for her, the most important part was education. So she was like, I want to work my ass. She had like 3 jobs. She was working. I was looking after my brother. So I'm the sort of, no, when I have kids, I'm not that person. But I think it's because of that. I look after my brother. It was his mom. Because my mom was working. My dad, unfortunately, he's an alcoholic and didn't help much. So I was growing in a very violent environment. My memories is like hiding in a closet because he was coming drunk the middle of the night. That was very crazy the way we grew up. However, like I said, fantastic mom that she was like, you know what? Life is like that. That's it. There was no crying. There is no like suffering. And I think that's where my mindset comes from. I'm the sort of person like, you don't just sit down and cry for what happened. I mean, you do. You have to feel it to see if it's important or not, but not staying on that place where you just like, oh, we don't have money, we don't have food. No, okay, today wasn't, we wake up early, what do we do? How to get money, that sort of thing. So that's the environment that I grew up in, and I think that's where my mindset comes from. So but then study education. Like I said, my mom was working so hard, and I was always at school, which is really good. I was actually in a private school, which is very fortunate. It was a nuns school, so it's crazy, very religious. We had a class to study the Bible, and at the moment I don't believe I'm not Catholic or anything like that. I'm just believe like good things happen to good people. Do good, and the good comes back. Yeah. So just a
Amazing.
little bit of time.
I really like it. No, that's awesome. So, yeah, just from that really quick kind of this introduction into you, I can get where you get your mindset from and what I've seen in the gym and all that sort of thing. You obviously came to Australia at some point. How old were you when you came here?
I was 27.
What was the decision to come?
So I finished university. Like I said, education was the most important part, and I was lucky that I could study at uni. So you have to pick engineering or medicine. Like that's the only good things that, like for the resources we have, you have to think that practical. It's not like sort of a lot of people are very fortunate that I want to do arts or sports. That's really lucky. For us, it's like, nah, if you make the wrong decision, that's it. So I went to a hospital, not blood, not my thing. So I was like, okay, engineering. So I'm a telecommunications engineer. I've got a master's degrees in network security. Like I studied really hard. And after I finished uni, I was obviously looking for a job. And when I got the job, I got on the really good big company. And at that point, internet was booming, just starting to boom. So because I started network security, that was like, it was, everyone wanted you. But I was too young. I was imagine, I was in charge of a city, setting up internet for the whole city in Colombia. So I was managing old men over 50s. They don't listen to a woman 25 years old. Imagine. That was insane. That was like literally, I was telling him, like, oh, can you please organize this, set up for this home? Like, who are you to tell me? I was like, well, you don't know. So it was a year of dealing with that. I was too young, and I was like, nah, this is not my thing. And someone at work said, oh, Australia is like looking for people, like migrating. It was a time in like 15, 16 years ago that they were like, they're looking for people, please move. They want more population here. So I just applied, and because I was engineer, it was easy to come here. So I got 3 loans from 3 different banks. It was a lot of money back then. And I was like, this bank gave me, because I was working in a good company. I didn't say it was for me to leave. So the same documents for the 3 banks. And I was like, okay, buy 1 flight here. That's why I end up here. I just took a flight. I was like, Mom, we'll see what happens. I have no idea. All my decisions are always like that.
Yeah,
It's like, it's
I
just
love
like,
that.
I'm like, one way. I was like, Mom, if it doesn't work, you always can go back home,
Yeah, I
But
like that.
I was like, well, we'll see. 3, so much debt, and my family couldn't pay for me. Like, it was very complicated as
Yeah,
well.
so you had to take that on
Oh,
as well as
and
yeah.
I didn't speak English.
Oh wow, that's
just so
even
you
more
know.
difficult. Wow.
You
Yeah.
learned when you got here. Wow, it's
So
amazing.
so you talk about, so you didn't leave Colombia until you were 27?
27.
Wow. So when did you decide to get into like martial arts or boxing? Was this to like, because you stepped almost into this motherly role, you would have felt a lot of responsibility to almost, because you're in this violent, social life. When did you have to like at least defend yourself in those situations? And is that why you kind of learned these skills in boxing?
Never thought that way. So defend myself at home was different because I was raised Catholic, and in a nun's environment, your dad is everything. So it's really hard to step on the toe or like speak up. That was very difficult until like I was 23, that I was finally able to stand to him. I was like, it's enough, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. I was about to hit him and I could not do it because it's my dad. So I was like, so living in Colombia was also a way of escaping because I couldn't manage it anymore. I couldn't see my mom suffering and all that sort of things. It was really hard. Like, 'cause she's working, she's happy, and then this guy comes and drunk, and it's a disease.
Yeah.
Which it took me just a couple of years now to understand the way my dad is and why he was, because it's that sort of diseases you can. It's hard. You things just stop and you will be fine. But now that I met some other people with those problems, I could sort of understand that part. And well, I just started boxing because I've got a problem with alcohol. Like, I love drinking. I love it. I'm sorry. I love it. See, people say like, oh, the hangovers. No, they fine. And I love the blackout. I'm sorry. And then next day you're like, oops. I'm like, sorry. What did you do? I don't feel remorse. I'm like, I love it. I have so much fun. And I got a problem with that because too much fun. So I feel like when I moved here, I wasn't responsible for anyone anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm finally free.
Yeah.
Imagine. And what's freedom? I don't know why I thought that's freedom. I lost the course of why I moved here. I moved here to a quality of life, to help my family, to send money, blah, blah, blah. You had that in your head. But at the end, it's like, I can do whatever I want. Fuck, I can be free. And my freedom. And here, you guys drink a lot. Australians, I thought I drink a lot because I was drinking every Friday, going to dance and stuff. But no, you guys is like, here, sit down and
Just drink, yeah.
it's a lot of drinking. So obviously I was in my environment. So I was just wasting everything. So on one of those hangovers, I was like, why? Like, why am I doing this? Like, that wasn't the point. I actually wanted to help my family. So that hangover, I was walking on the streets and I saw a fight gym because I don't like gyms. I hate gyms. All the mirror, makeup. Why? You're gonna sweat. You're gonna good, And then now it's still that, like, matching clothes and makeup.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
It's like performative.
yeah, correct. And I was like, I don't want that. I'm not that. I want my sweat t-shirt, big baggy pants, talk to people about exercise. So I did my first class and I didn't speak well English. So it was really good because it's a universal language. Just time, punches, exercises.
Yeah.
You can mess that up. So I was like, I loved it. And I finally became part of something. Because they're very lonely. It's very lonely. Australia is so far. Like, I only been back home in 15 years, maybe 4 times, because it's very expensive.
Yeah.
So I work as a personal trainer and a gym. So if you don't work, you don't get paid. So you have to continue pay rent, this and that, plus what you spend there. And when you go back home, oh, you're coming from Australia, you have money, yeah.
Yeah.
And it costs so much to live here.
Oh,
It does, yeah, absolutely. I want to know a little bit about boxing then. So you went into a gym, you enjoyed it, you're like, cool, this is something that I can obviously, feel as a part of something. When for you did you feel like you wanted to make the shift and make this your career?
So first, like, the class was just pats, right? And hitting the back. And that's so cool. Like, I'm so emotional, you see.
Yeah. We can talk about that later.
Yeah. I scream and cry. I'm just that roller coaster. But that's Latinas, like, we just and we express ourselves so much. So hitting the bag with knowing that the drama back home, that I need to pay for this, my visa wasn't working, so you just crying and punching. That feeling is amazing. Like, you just get out and you're like, whew, I'm ready to deal with the world. But when I decided to fight, it was when one guy punched me on the nose. Like, I was doing a sparring because not many women Like imagine 10 years ago, nobody. It just started booming. Like maybe 5 years ago.
It was like Ronda Rousey really came into
Correct.
UFC.
Yeah,
and
that's so true. She was
and-
one of the pioneers to pushing female onto martial arts. Yeah, that's very true. So boxing wasn't really known. Like Katie Taylor, she was pushing it, and Olympics was only 2012 where females were able to
Really?
compete. Yeah,
Was that
2012.
recent?
2012, imagine.
Interesting.
Correct. So that was the first Olympics, and that's where like females start like doing more boxing. So in a gym full of men, it was only two of us. So I was sparring with one of the guys, and he punched me really hard on the nose. So I ran to the bathroom, crying my ass out. I just imagine what you see in the movies, like broken nose, blood, and I look at myself, I was like, oh, nothing, literally,
Oh, wow.
not even a little bruise, and I was like, yeah, it just switched right. I was like, okay, teach me how can I get that guy and punch him hard, and that's how I just got excited. And I love the stage, like I love the crowd. I love people screaming my name, or if they against me, that's way better. Oh, like, yeah, I'll show you.
Prove them wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think then that person that just love that attention, the uniqueness, because when you play sports, like team sports, I hate it. You never the star. I've never been the star, or if the team, because of one person, the team can lose.
Yeah.
Literally, you didn't train as hard as I did, but we lost because of you, and we out for a season. So it's all a team responsibility. Hated it, hated it, hated it. And I played football back home. So when like boxing, it's all you. You train hard, you do your work, you blah, 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 then you win. It's only on you. Nobody else can do anything. Not even my coach. They can push me screaming and anything, but they're in the corner waiting.
Yep.
So it's all about you. And I think that's who I am. I love myself so much.
I like it.
I wanna hear a little bit more. I know Marcus here. How many fights have you had?
3 amateur boxing matches.
Yeah, so
a long
Marcus has
time
had
ago.
3 amateur boxing matches. I wanted to hear a little bit about like training itself, and you might be better off here in terms of the mindset potentially of a boxer and that sort of thing. Like training for you within the gym. What advice would you give to like a young person potentially getting into a martial arts sport or something like that? They've come from a team sport. They're looking to try something else. Like what is the first advice you would give to someone in the gym, like when they walked in? And what have you seen within some of the young people within the gym where you can start to see like whether it's an increase in self-confidence or is self-esteem or something like that? Like when have you noticed that maybe someone makes that switch?
Yeah. So boxing is that place where whoever is really cocky or think they're the best, boom, they
Yeah.
bring that. We all bring it down to earth.
There's-
Or if you're not confident,
There's that saying, be humble or be humbled.
correct. That is so true. Or if you're not confident, you start building confidence. So we all, like I said, boxing is such a universal language that we all on the same level. You can have any age, any gender, any skills, money, no money, work. We all just helping each other in that moment, regardless of whatever is on the outside. It's like a meditation. Seriously, it's just there. It's that hour for you. No problems, no thoughts, no nothing. It's all about how can I get better at the gym. So we got a lot of young guys at the gym, and we stopped, like they had the first fight, and we have been pushing them through. You're not feeling out, you're not pushing, you can lose. And then when they fighting, because nerves gets to you, that burns 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
You're so puff, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just puff. You haven't even thrown a punch, and you jump in the ring like already gassed. So we teach them that, and then, but the only way that they can learn that, it's experiencing. That's the only way. As soon as they had the first fight and they see how unfit they feel, they start coming more often. How can they come in earlier, and they start seeing my work and the work that Andrew and Jason Maloney do at the gym. So we try to inspire them, but it's so much you can do. Like it just gets to a level that you can push them so much, and then if they don't want it enough, well,
Yeah.
you're not part of the team.
Yeah, Undisputed, you guys have fight nights where it's like your club and you match people that have never fought before and that want to experience that, like 12-week camps.
Yeah, we do. We shorten them up because the idea, people don't understand properly what we're trying to do. So we're trying to change you. We're trying to change you. I want you to give me 8 weeks of your life and just commit it. It's a short period of time and it's a full-on commitment. No eating rubbish, no drinking, sleeping properly, full-on training. The problem when you make them too long is that they're like, oh, I'll do it next one because I have this. Oh, next because this is happening. Because my kids, because it's, I can number the excuses that people give me. And I'm like, but it's not for me. Like you can give me all the excuses. I'm gonna get fit. And then I was like, no, let me do that for you because I want you to start, take a photo, the way you feel, boom, to fight night. What's the change? What was the commitment? And that's when the life changes. So yeah, we're doing that. 8 weeks camp, and then at the end you fight. The other thing is that we never match you with, and they all get scared. Will I be fighting you? I'm like, no, you will be fighting someone your same way, your same skills. You even will spot that person. The idea is that two people that never done that give the same skill, and just who show up that night is the winner. That's the idea.
About the journey, not the destination.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
The discipline that you might not have had before the experience.
Correct. Like it's just a couple of weeks where you're like, you have to be committed. People is really scared of that. It's not the fight.
Have you seen that? And what's the shift that you've seen in people post-fight? Have you seen a massive change
Loads.
in their whole persona?
Yes.
Yeah. And what
loads.
does it usually look like? Have they're training 5 times a week? They're fully invested?
Yeah.
Generally,
not
or-
as much.
Okay.
Like it brings them back to old habits, but there is always that on the back of the mind. Oh, I was that person. We had
Yeah.
people that stopped smoking.
Yeah.
Imagine there was a guy that he was smoking for 30 years. Boom, that's it. No more smoking, losing weight, coming to the gym more often, eating healthier. Like it's such a, this is why I love boxing so much. I've changed so many people's life. That's an amazing feeling. That's what you want.
Yeah, I was going to jump in before and say when I made the transition to MMA, I was training at a really good gym in Sydney, whereas when I was boxing, I was training at sort of a little gym in a country town, and it's different. But when I went into this high quality gym in Sydney, it was PMA, which is where Robert Whittaker trained before he got the UFC championship. And my first session in there, I was smoking every day leading up until that point, and like 10 minutes into the warm-up, we hadn't even started training yet, I was like, fuck, I've got to get rid of these cigarettes. Like, I'm dying here. So it is, and I think something that you said earlier where you don't realize how deficient you are in some areas until you're really tested in a fight. That's that's very eye-opening, especially for men. We've got this macho sort of attitude, like, oh, it's just a fight. I'll see red and I'll smash him. But when you actually get in there with somebody who's been training and knows what they're doing, you find out very quickly that it's not going to play out how it does in your imagination. You got to work hard.
You do.
100%. Yeah, I used to smoke as well, and that it's a hard way. It's a hard one to quit because it becomes social. Like the only way for you to socialize is with a cigarette. Well, that's what I felt like.
Or when you drink as well.
Correct. Yeah, it's so much. Yeah, so every time I did that and I came back to the gym, I'm like, whoa, I can feel the difference
Yeah.
of my body, my training, my punches. And you feel embarrassed. Like, I want to keep up with these people that are going up.
Yeah.
And especially when I had my first win, which was unreal. It was on a boat. in Sydney.
Nice.
Yeah, give us a
What?
give us
It
a
was
little
in a
picture.
boat. It was in a boat.
Can you talk to us about that?
Tell
That's
us
actually-
about that.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a nightmare. I would not want to be fighting when I'm fucking.
No, it's not. It doesn't move because it's
Okay.
those
Must
boats,
have been huge.
that wedding sort of boats,
Right,
In,
yeah.
in the Darling Harbour. So they take you to a very quiet waters. But that was my first fight,
That's cool.
and it was so cool because it was in the bottom, and there was people at the top screaming on the
Yeah.
outside, and yeah, it was really really awesome. But that.
Did you
When
win?
you win, yeah. Sorry. No, I lost lots of fights, but that one, I think if I would have lost, I wouldn't continue.
Wow.
I don't know why. I can't tell you why. Probably with my mindset, I probably would have continued, but I felt like that feeling of winning, nothing. It's addictive. There is nothing that has that rush in the world. So it's like, can't wait to feel it again, even though the drops are horrible as well. Oh, there's like, whoa. You're like, oh, no, it's finished.
But yeah, I feel like those drops take you straight back to wanting to feel like the winning again. It's that huge pendulum switch. It's like, I never want to feel this again. Therefore, I have to train harder to feel the win again. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you got into boxing relatively late,
Yeah.
you would say, for sure. Professional boxing. Most
boxing in
champions,
general.
boxing in general. Like you only
32.
started at 32. That is insane. So you started boxing at 32. Most world champions probably peak in their 20s. How has that been? Like, have you found like you feel like you need to catch up, or does the maturity that you feel like you might have as being older than a lot of the boxers that you fight, do you feel like that's an advantage for you, or do you feel like you almost need to catch up and scratch because you might feel like you don't have long left?
Well, when you started, yeah, of course. Like when I had my first fight, so the Olympics had just 2015, 16, I think. Anyway, I met Ben. He wasn't my coach for my first fight. So I said, look, how can I go to the Olympics? And he's like, oh, how old are you? And 32. He said, no. And he said, look. And I was like, please, let's do it. I can do it. He saw me training and he's like, yeah, she's crazy. Let's do it. So he's like, look, you got no time. So the thing with young people is that they think they have that time. Whereas like that feeling that that feeling that I have right now that I don't have time, I wish young people had it, because they will get to the top so amazing and stay there for so long and do things right. But they think that, oh, I'm only young. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Like, I'm only young. I don't need to fight all the time. Oh, I need to enjoy life. I'm too young, blah, blah, blah. And they waste those years of their career thinking that, yeah, you have the time of the world. So because I didn't have that luxury, so that time frame, I had to go for it. So that's when I quit as well. I was working at the Commonwealth Bank, stable money, like, insurance, all the benefits that you get from the government, amazing, gone. I was like, you have a safety net. And I kept fighting. So Ben is like, you have to fight. So I had like 9 losses after that win, 9 consecutive losses, because
That's crazy.
Because so on my 5th fight, I had to fight the girl that had been to the Olympics and had 50 fights on my 5th fight.
What was her name?
Bianca. She's not anymore. She's not fighting anymore. But imagine the shock of fighting someone with that experience.
Yeah.
I will never forget that fight, because I came out of the first round. I was sitting in the corner. I was like, even the coach was like, just giving me water, and like,
That would feel discouraging. Hey.
It was like that. I was like, oh my God, I've got 3 more rounds of this. And then the next round, the same. She was killing me. However, she didn't stop me. So I was like, sweet. I'm not that bad. But I did, because I keep fighting the other girls. The other thing is that I didn't get discouraged by it. Every time I was jumping with them, so it was always the same 4 girls. Like I said, the scope is really small. And because of my weight division, flight weight, the girls here are massive. So the biggest are like 57, 60, 64. That's the the normal way. But for me, 51 kilos, that's really small. Not many girls are here. So it was like the same four. So I keep fighting them. And every time, every fight, I was so excited because I land a punch. I was like, Ben, did you see that punch I landed? It was huge. And she went like that. I lost, but I was so happy. Then, like, I don't know, after my fifth loss, then they start changing. Split loss. We was like, oh.
We're getting somewhere now.
I was like,
Yep.
split. And as soon as I won my first one against them, took over. All of them. Like, all of them, I won against all of the main girls.
Was this in the amateur?
Amateurs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had over 60, 70 fights as an
Nice.
amateur.
I wanted to ask you that because in the pro leagues, you haven't got that many fights as of yet. But you see in boxing especially, a lot of guys and girls have these massive amateur records and they're building up this huge experience base, even though it's like 3 rounds in the amateurs.
Three.
So it's very different to fighting professionally where you're doing 10, 12 rounds. And I wanted to know how many fights you had in the amateurs, because that's where the majority of boxers get the majority of their experience from. So 60, 70 fights, that's a lot.
Wow.
In
70
how many
fights.
year period did you have 60 or 70 fights?
So I've been boxing for 10, 11. But remember that there was COVID, so
Yeah.
3 years.
Wow.
And I have an Achilles rupture,
Yep.
so that's 3 years out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say
Shit.
5 years, I had like 65, 70.
That's crazy.
I was fighting
insane.
every second weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, and the nice thing of amateur is that you go tournaments, so you can fight 4 days.
Yeah.
So I love it. Imagine just you have one fight, the next day you have to fight again, then the next day. It's such a mindset thing.
Yeah.
But it's really hard because experience is the only thing. I know professional and amateur is different, but the mindset and the training is what it makes you
Yeah.
get to that level. Some people can switch. Some people can switch, like their training and what they need to do. They're not willing to make that change,
Yeah.
and that's why it doesn't work. You've seen it.
It's almost like a totally different sport. If you're going from fighting for 9 minutes to like almost an hour, it goes from a very intense short period to almost an endurance sport. How did you find that switch when you were going from the shorter fights where it's like, okay, I only need to be good for 9 minutes to like 45 minutes for a professional fight?
Well, I didn't find it that difficult because I'm always be very explosive. I'm very aggressive. My style is go.
Yeah.
My style is not like let's play and no, when I knock you out.
Yeah. It's a fight.
So that's why it was so much better because I could go for that knockout. So I had actually to step back and learn to box, set up, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
It's not about that the training gets harder. It's smarter
Yeah.
because it's longer rounds, and the idea is that you wanna. So boxing, people think is just punch until you
No.
cannot anymore. No, boxing is about setting traps, seeing the weakness of your opponent. Look when they tire, when they drop their hands, what happened when they move right, when they move left. And then it's about reading that because you have done your training and you feel full confident that when you jump there, you don't have to think about, am I fit enough? My legs, my arms, my lungs. No, that is just like walking.
Yeah.
Like no, or talking. You talk, you breathe, that's fine. So that is what it is. It's about now is you doing repetition of the same punches. How do you set up the strap? Big eyes. It's all a
Mental.
mind game.
Yeah. There's a great quote from Mike Tyson. He says that boxing is not a tough guy's sport. If you're a tough guy, you're going to come in and get hurt. It's a thinking sport.
It's a thinking sport. Like it's 80% you have to be full on your mindset. You actually have to be focused for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's difficult. That being in one point, that flow state is so nice. And that's why I love training hard, because I push myself to those places where you're exhausted, but you have to be there. You can't just, oh, no, I can't do this anymore. Or think that way, because that's when the other, whoop, I can see it. And that brings you, if you notice, when you see blood or anything like that, your energy from nowhere just scales. Or when you hear them breathing heavy, or
Yeah.
that things, I don't know, it's yeah,
Hunter almost, right? Like you see the weakness and you get excited.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the professional switch for you? How was that? Like your first professional fight? How was that
Love
difference?
it.
Loved it?
No. So Ben always said, the gloves are so little.
Yeah.
So this is different thinking. For me, was like, yes, I'm gonna punch them pretty much with my knuckle.
Yeah.
Whereas other boxers, they think, ooh, I'm gonna get hit with that small gloves. So it's all about that perspective, and it's just about the way you feel.
And the amateurs, you've got headgear as well. It's like big gloves, headgear. It's nowhere near as satisfying to hit somebody when you've got all of this stuff in the way. It's just like, it's awkward. But when you got no headgear,
Yeah.
little gloves, it's like,
It's just different, because it also matters of the weight. Like someone that your size, one punch.
You gotta be
in
careful.
amateur, correct. One punch you can knock him with the small or the big gloves, because he's a full power, full body. Whereas someone like it in the amateurs, if you notice, in amateurs there is no knockouts because of it. Like it's a lot of punching, a lot of in and out. So it's just the lighter weights is way more difficult to get a knockout.
Yeah.
The heaviest, it's much easier, and that's why the heavyweights are so much fun to watch, because you know it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's really inspiring that you've gone from, like you were saying when you first started amateur, where you had this losing streak, but you never took it so personally or let yourself get defeated, to going to the interim women's champion. Like that is so, yeah, admirable. And how do you think you got that mindset of like, it's okay if I lose because I'm just continuously getting better and better?
Yeah.
Because that's not a mindset. I feel like that's a pretty rare mindset to have.
Do you know when what happened was, like, in that point I had nothing to lose. At that moment I didn't have anything to lose. So I could keep losing, but at some point I will win. So they are the ones who should be worried. That was my thought process. They the ones who should be worried, because it's this crazy person from another country wanted to take over. So that's what I was thinking. I see myself up there. So I think I wanted to get to that place. But yeah, but there's another feeling. There's a feeling that I had once. I was gonna compete for the Commonwealth Games. I had, so like in football, you have like different groups, right? A, B, C, and different countries, and then the two end up at the end, right? And we were like, I can't remember, 10 girls or something like that. And obviously some are gonna get the easy way to the finals and the hard way. And I got the hard way, of course. So it was 4 days competition, and I started knocking down all the number ones in the country, one by one. Day one, boom, one. I was like, number two, I was like, out. The girls that have 20, 30 fights, one. In the last one, the last fight, I had a feeling of weakness on myself. She didn't beat me. I lost the fight because my thought is like, oh my God, I beat them. What if I win? It means that I have to go overseas. I'm gonna compete with people that I never seen, like, overseas level. And I was like, I'm not ready for that. I mess up with myself for no reason. Hesitated, didn't do I know I won that fight. She was the golden girl. They give her the decision. But I know I couldn't like beat her as easy as I did with the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that feeling, I hate myself so much for so long that every time I had that moment of weakness, I'm like, do you want to have that feeling? do you ever want to feel that? So that's when I push more or take more fights or do my challenges. Like when the rupture of the Achilles, that was a crazy one because I've got my team and, I don't know if you want to get into that.
We
right
will.
now.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Anyway, but that feeling is that's what I tell people. You have to take it. Cry. I hit a wall. I almost break my foot. I was so angry. Everything was wrong. I took the wrong head guard. Ben changed we have a system and we just changed it because everything was wrong about it. I messed it up, all of it, from the get-go, from the day that I woke up that day. And I was like, why did I
change anything?
do that? Like, I messed myself up for no reason.
That's also the other beauty about an individual sport like that is you've got to take full responsibility for
Full
every single
responsibility.
thing that you do. So that's so
I
beautiful.
could have blamed him,
No,
which I did for a
no,
couple
you
of
did. You did, but then you got to. It's all on you. It's all on
and
you.
this is why I love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, it's nobody else's fault.
Yeah.
Was that the biggest turning point for you,
Yeah,
where you're
it
like,
was.
okay, I can do this. I can become a world champion.
100%. That was the turning point that I was like, nah, I'm good. Then I started going overseas, won gold medals, went to India, Women World Championships, and like it was a completely different person that move on from that lost.
Yeah.
But that one stays forever in my head.
Yeah.
It's never gonna go.
Hey, can I touch on something
Yeah.
you said earlier? You mentioned that the girl, your opponent from that fight was like the golden girl. There are a lot of controversial decisions, especially in amateur boxing, especially at like the Olympic Commonwealth Games level. How have you, or what sort of experiences have you had with sort of the corruption of boxing? Because there are a lot of instances where people are looking at decisions that get made and everybody who watches the fight is just like, what the fuck? That is not the right decision.
Oh, imagine. So my age, Colombian.
Yeah.
Like nobody. I never, through my amateur career, got supported at
Yeah.
all. To the point that, so that golden girl, obviously, she was being sponsored by Boxing Australia and they paying for her training camps,
Yeah.
take her overseas and blah. He's the young girl coming up, blah, blah, blah. And at some point in the Women World Championships, I beat her. I defeated her. So I was like, with the same game plan, but I defeated her because I need to get over that. So I won clear as day. So it was a tournament that you have to do to go there, right? But they already had the girls and they didn't expect me to win that fight. So she had already booked all the flights. She has already booked their flights,
Yeah.
accommodation, payment for a tournament in preparation to the World Championships. And they're like, you can't go. I was like, excuse me? I just won. That's my spot. Yeah, but we pay for her. I had to raise money. $5,000, doing like PTs, and we did a day of fundraising. And can you imagine?
Yeah.
She still went. And I had to go pay everything for myself. The coaches didn't want me there. I didn't have a coaches in my corner. I
That's
didn't have people
crazy.
warming me up. And I
Well,
was
no-
like,
nobody in the-
and I won gold medal there.
Good
Gold
on you.
medal on the fucking face.
That's sick.
How did they? So you had nobody in your dressing room.
Nope. I was warming up by myself, shadow boxing.
You do your own raps.
Yeah. Yeah, because
yeah.
amateurs do on raps. Like
That's
even I
fucking
want to do it
crazy,
on
though.
pros. I hate.
Yeah,
I
something
talk
like
about
this
that.
happened when we were working together. Tell them about the WA trip that you had.
Oh.
This was only about 6 months after your Achilles, and we'll get into your Achilles. But yeah,
Anyway.
tell
But
everyone
yeah,
about that.
Yeah, that one was like, I was fighting for fighting for my belt. I'm defending my belt, right? And I was super excited about this fight because she's aggressive, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, I wanted that fight to be the Katie Della and Amanda Serrano fight, and I expected that. Anyway, went there. my changing room was a toilet. Was the men's toilet. Can you believe that? I was the champion and I was in the fucking men's toilet.
Do you know what they have?
Guys were coming in and out of the toilet.
No.
I got photos.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Well, whilst the ring girls had a dressing room. She has this massive dress. Oh, it was the biggest stitch up ever.
Yeah.
Even the commentary, if you want to listen
Extremely
to
biased.
it was insane.
Yeah.
Even in the highlights, when I'm punching her, they said, oh, very much, oh, how good she took that punch. Woo.
Yeah.
Like it was I heard it.
Not just that, you're also like 6 months post Achilles rupture too.
But I didn't say
And you
anything.
you didn't say anything, and you were sweet. You're looking really good.
I was like, I won that fight. I know that. And I was
Yeah.
killing it. But the commentary was so biased. I got threatened while I was walking to the ring that my partner, my coach, was going to get punched because it was disgusting.
And that's in Australia.
Yeah, Perth.
That we need to do better.
Yeah, Perth's a dump, to be honest.
We've got no love for Perth on the Outlaws podcast.
Well, I got nothing against Perth. It's not about that. It was, I don't know. I don't put me against that. No. So what I'm saying is like, that's how corrupt, and I never seen that. That corruption in pros, I never felt that before until that day.
Yeah.
When I was on a toilet.
That's
in a
crazy.
fucking toilet.
Insane.
Guys coming in and out.
And you're trying to get into the mindset. Like you're the champion.
They can't take me down. No way. Nah, they can do anything they
They
want to me.
tried. They
They
tried.
tried
Yeah.
every little trick they were trying.
Yeah.
That's
Like
crazy.
even like it was insane, the whole thing. There was this guy came, oh, I'm gonna punch you, I know, blah blah, and I was listening to it and I was like, you know what, focus. And I was
Yeah.
just looking to the wall and I was like, breathe, while I was just doing my walkout to the ring. Like it was disgusting. The whole thing was they think, but I still won it, but they give her
tried.
the decision. But
That guy who threatened to punch your coach, was that like a fan or was that somebody from their team?
someone famous.
I know who it is.
I can't say the name.
We
No,
won't
we
say
can't
it.
say the name.
We can't say who it
Can we?
is.
We'll talk about
We'll
it.
talk
after.
about it all.
That's
No,
awesome.
you can't.
Not
But
on camera.
Yeah.
Not
don't-
on camera.
No, we
but
won't say it. Okay.
Yeah.
He
Crazy.
promotes
Oh.
like no violence and shit,
Yeah.
and then he comes to train us. Like, just it was disgusting. It was a whole drama. It was
Yeah.
insane. It was not
It's-
nice.
It's a shame that they've got these because there's so much money in the sport of boxing. They've got their cash cows. They've got their people who they want to pump up, and it's like this is the person we're going to have in front of the sponsors, the cameras. It's like we need them to keep winning so that we keep making money. And I think that that's so backwards because combat sports are super primal. It's one of these rare instances, like you talk about when you go into training and there's nothing else. The essence of boxing, the essence of MMA, Muay Thai, all of these martial arts is so pure, but it gets corrupted by this bullshit. Like that never should have happened to you.
No.
It's disgusting.
And I felt so betrayed,
course.
like by the sport. I was like, I'm giving so much. Like I'm never getting. In my professional career, I've never been paid, ever.
What do you mean?
I never been paid
What-
in my pro career. Well, once, like $1,000,
No.
and I have how many fights have I had? 12.
12
yeah,
fights.
12 fights.
Yep.
5 knockouts. Like I
What the
haven't
fuck?
make any money.
I thought
at
that's
all.
the point of going pro.
I know. This is why I tell every young person or the people that's, I can't wait to turn pro. No.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do as an amateur
Yes.
and be famous as an amateur. Create a brand. It's a business.
It
You
is.
can't deny it. Like, it's a thing that I haven't quite, I can't, maybe it's the age or whatever. I can't, like, really put my hand on it. Like, why I can just switch that. But for me, boxing is a sport. It's the passion. It's the
Yeah.
helping people. It's the hard training. But for others, it's the business that you talk about. And it
Yeah.
is a business because if you don't sell tickets, so why would they support you?
Of course.
Yeah.
What's
Absolutely.
it makes money. Like I completely understand it. But I hope like at some point it switches somehow by
Couple of months.
the
yeah,
passion.
this should be.
The passion.
This should be the paycheck.
They should look after you for this one,
They
surely.
will.
You,
They
the
will.
you're
Finally,
the,
they will. Yeah, I'm excited.
co-main
It's not-
event of a very big card.
Yeah, it will be amazing. It will be, and that's why, like, I never been a sponsor. Like, I had sponsors. Sorry, I can't deny that. I have sponsors that have helped me in my fights as a professional boxer, but that doesn't even cover
No, the flights,
No.
the coaching.
when you have to. Like, I wish I could just just train.
Yeah.
I can't.
Viv still works. She still has to get up early and train at the gym and like
For my
coach at the
fights,
gym.
isn't
And
it?
she's in her fight preps and she's still at the gym just
I'm
working.
still working. I'm still holding pads. I'm still. You have to pay. No, I don't know. Maybe I'm not haven't done it right, or
No, I think this is really important for anybody who's listening to this podcast who maybe wants to go down this road. There is very little money in it for a very long time, and you need to make sure that this is something that you love. If you're going to put
Yeah.
your body and your brain on the line, you're going to be doing it for free for a long time. Like even Vasily Lomachenko, I think he had nearly 300 amateur fights
I know.
before he turned pro. That is years of your life. And then, yeah, I'm sure he's getting looked after now. But imagine, he was pretty old when he turned pro as well. I think he was in his 30s when he...
yeah, he was.
So you're
But
going to
he's
be...
so good.
He's so... And that's what... this is why I
300.
wanted to talk about your amateur career, because when you look at the guys who are crushing and the girls who are crushing it in the pros, they have had this massive career of amateur fights that nobody sees really until they get there. And then it's
Correct.
like, wow, who's this person? They're they look so smooth, but they've got like 2 pro fights. How does that happen? It's the work that gets done when nobody's watching.
Correct. That is the work, and that's why I tell young people, do amateur, enjoy it, because you get to travel, you get to see the world, you have to compete against high quality opponents, fighting all the time. Like, I've been pro for I think 4 years, only 12 fights. Like,
Yeah.
whereas in amateur, in 5 years I had 70. So
Yeah.
it's way more fun, and like what you said, you learn if you love this or not. Because some people, I can't wait to turn pro. Well, do you have a brand? Can you sell tickets? You need to be
Yeah.
smart,
Yeah.
and you need to be you are a brand, and that's what you need to look after as well. It's part of this professional business.
Yeah.
You need to know that you have a brand, you got to sell. And it is. I don't think it's that unfair, but Australia needs to support more the athletes.
Yeah.
People don't really, like, you talk to people and some people don't know who Andrew and Jason Maloney are. They don't know who Joe Pataya is. Like, he's a hero. He's amazing. Andrew and Jason are amazing, accomplished. They were world champions. Like, why
Olympic
nobody-
champions too, weren't they? Yeah. Olympic gold medalists.
How do you talk to people on the streets and they don't know who they are?
There's not much of a boxing culture in Australia,
Social media.
unfortunately.
There's no social media. The media.
Yeah.
The
Doesn't
news.
cover it.
No.
Yeah, the only people they cover is this Team Zoo.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who Team Zoo is because of Fox Sports and Nine News.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why are they not pushing more of that?
I feel like we push the UFC and the MMA fighters a bit more in Australia because, like, everybody knows who Volkanovski is. Most people know who Robert Whittaker is, Jack Della Maddalena. That's kind of where the media focus is in this country. And I think that's a shame because boxing has such a rich history and such a rich tradition. And to be quite frank, there's so much more money in it. If you make it in MMA or if you make it in boxing, look at the pay differential
They say,
between
yeah.
guys and girls who are at the very top of the boxing heap versus the MMA world. It's like they're making 10 times more as a boxer.
Yeah,
So I
they
think
do.
we should definitely be promoting that and just promoting all combat sports, really.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I've said this a lot before on the podcast. I think it should be mandatory that people are doing some sort of combat sport in school
Yeah, it should be.
because of the confidence that it builds in you. And like, it's this, you can just tell the difference in humility between somebody who's had a couple of fights and somebody who hasn't. Because you can have this inflated ego that's not really justified by anything if you've never been tested like that. But if you've had those humbling experiences in a gym, even not necessarily in a proper fight, you become a better person afterwards.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Your Achilles, I quickly want to talk about that, and then we'll actually get into your fight that's upcoming. You obviously walked into the clinic, like just before your Achilles rupture, you'd won the Oceania title,
Yeah,
right? How
the
far before
WBA.
that? Yeah, WBA
So
Oceania title.
I won that in December.
Yep.
And then in February, when did I meet you? March.
Yeah, March. Yep.
March.
March
So
2023.
So in March, I finally had a massive opportunity. I was going to go to Japan, fight with the number one. It was a good pay, travel, everything, expenses. It was going to be my first big pay. I was like, my God, everything was exciting. I have a problem and I overtrain. Like, there's a group with my coaches.
Yeah, we have a group chat.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, the baby Viviana that everyone needs to look after. But it's not because...
It's not because she doesn't do anything. It's because she does things that we tell her not to do. The other day I was in the group chat and Viv was saying something and she'd been on the Stairmaster for like an hour and a half. I'm like, where was that program? She just jumped on the fucking Stairmaster.
I needed to train hard. I just
and I was
felt-
like, why the fuck is Stairmaster? Like, go
and
box.
everyone was like, look after Viviana, what's she
Yeah.
doing? So I'm that sort of person.
Yeah.
I train too much and I need to be stopped. Like they all know me now and they're like, stop. You have to stop, Viviana. Because for me, if you're tired, if you're sick, if you're injured, train.
Yeah.
Like there is no stopping me.
And I think it's the biggest mindset shift that we've been trying to get into you is the importance of recovery and not training under fatigue because of your because of her history. Because of her history of her Achilles, we're just like, Viv.
Well, yeah, I haven't learned, have I?
You haven't learned. We want everything. We want to track everything. We're like, this is a world champion fighter we've got in front of us. We want everything to be mint tracked.
my God.
No, Stairmaster, I'm going to go run this. And we're like, fuck's sake, okay. We
know.
know the personality we're dealing with now. We're trying our best to keep her under control, to optimize performance.
I think if you're going to be on one side of that spectrum, it's better to be on Viv's side.
Absolutely.
100%.
Her side is a much better side. So, yeah, so she was about to do that. And then
Ben left because he went to England to corner Dara Foley on the first matchroom card. So it was a huge fight. So he went to England. And there was another coach. And he started making me this sled push with super weight. It was just stupid. Like now that I think about it, I'm like, why was I doing that? Like I was doing a sled push for like a full minute with a heavy weight. Like when I don't do that. Anyway, I was doing my sparring. It was the last sparring, the last round. Even though one girl at the corner said, that was your last round. I was like, no, it's another one. What are you talking about? And in the last 20 seconds, I went lay back and pop. I heard it. It's
Achilles
horrible.
went.
It's like, it feels like someone kicked you and then you hear the pop. And I thought it was the ring. And I was like, whoa. I fell on the floor, started crying, but there was no pain. No pain. Like nothing happened. It feels weird. Didn't know, went home, nothing. And I was like, it's weird. Someone sort of mentioned it. So I just Googled it, Dr. Google. So I went into Google and they're like, it's so generic. It's a stupid test. You just lie down,
and you
squeeze
squeeze.
your...
Thomas, yeah. What's it called? I actually can't remember the test. This is awful.
That's my physio, guys.
Sack
All right,
him.
we're cutting that.
Sack him.
Don't you dare cut that.
We just call it the squeeze test.
Sure.
You squeeze the gastroc, and if the
Sure.
foot actually plantar flexes, then yeah,
Oh,
it's
now
in
you're adding
place.
words.
Uh-oh.
Anyway.
My bad. I haven't been working much.
Sure.
Nah, keep going.
Anyway, I did that test and I keep doing it. I keep squeezing and I was like, nah, can be that? I got no pain. There was no swollen. There was no bruise. And then I just called a friend. I was like, I don't know. I'm worried. I think, should I go to the hospital or am I being a bitch? Like, just crying. And she's like, just go if you don't know. Went to the hospital. They did exactly the same. Yep. Full Achilles rupture. I was like, no. Now you're lying. They're like, yes, you need surgery. I was like, what?
Shit.
Like, I was going for my best fight. It was crushing, but I didn't understand. I don't understand the extension of injuries. Like, that doesn't happen to me. Full stop.
Yeah.
I even have a tear on my shoulder for like 5 years. Still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We deal with it. We
Yep,
deal with it.
we deal with it. That's what I do. And so I went to the physio and he was like, no, you need surgery. I was like, don't tell me that. He's like, a year. I was like, no, I'm not that person. It's not that year. Anyway, he was really helpful because he booked me and I had my surgery 2 days after. Like straight away, the surgeon,
That's
they
good.
talk to you. They're like, look, you could have, because you can just use the moon boot and let it heal by itself. And I was like, will I be able to fight again? And he's like, well, I was like, tell me. It's like, look, professionally, I can't tell you, but no. So I was like, okay, let's do surgery. So I'm the sort of person that I don't look into things. I'm sorry, but some people love to know, like Tom
Yeah.
loves
Yeah.
know about everything. Ben, so annoying.
I will
They
explain
ask so
something to
much
Viv,
questions.
and I'll explain something to her, and she'll be like, "Just tell me what to do. I don't
Yeah.
care what it means."
My
I'm like,
diet, I don't care about
Just- yeah.
calories. What? See, I don't even know the calories and
Yeah.
fats, and just tell me what to do. I'm sorry, I don't.
just
I-
follows it.
I can't, I'm not that person. So when I was with my injury, I didn't look into it. I didn't even want to know what the surgery looks like. I'd never been to a hospital. I'd never been in a hospital. So it was my first time, and then they take you on the bed. It was by myself because we were moving to the Gold Coast. So I was already packed. Oh, that's the craziest part as well. I was by myself in Sydney with everything packed because we were moving that week here on the Gold Coast. Ben was moving here. And then when he was at the Gold Coast, so I was by myself having surgery. He came to like pick me up from the hospital and then went back here to the Gold Coast. So I was by myself after the surgery trying to think what to do because I didn't know what was going on. Like, it's a very confusing time. And luckily everything worked in the sense that I talked to my landlord. I was like, look, I can't move because I need my physio. I don't know anyone in the Gold Coast and I need to know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. So they let me stay. So I stayed by myself for 4 weeks. And on the day of the surgery, I came home and I started training. That day of the surgery, I was already training. I had a couple of dumbbells. Yeah, I told Ben, you need to set me up something here.
Yeah.
I am not stopping this. And I was training. I was still training with my very dizzy. And
On drugs.
I had that moment where, so you need to let your feelings, like had that feeling. And I was one night by myself and I just burst into tears. Like, why is this happening to me? Why? I'm doing everything right. I eat healthy, and I was crying, hating the world, and to the point that you're trying to cry. Those babies that they cry and there's no tears? That was me, hating and crying, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go. So then I moved here, and I was trying to find a physio, and I was with another girl, but she was so like vague. And I needed someone to tell me I can make it work. And then I met Dom. And he was like, yeah, I've dealt with Achilles rupture. I can do it. I was like, I don't know if you told me a year. I was like, nah.
No, you kind of came in and you were like, you basically wanted someone to tell you that you'd be able to fight way sooner than a year.
Yep.
And I kind of was straight away, I was like, yeah, we can do it.
And I was like, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And I was like,
No, I was so grateful. So Scott, the owner of Sapien, he was like, we've got a pro boxer in. I think I'm going to give her to you because you've worked with Achilles ruptures a bunch before, which I had the prior 2 years, I'd seen a heap. So I was very lucky that I got the opportunity for one, because Scott was going to take you. And then he was like, look, I think you'd be better to see Viv. And I was like, cool. And you walked into the clinic, and basically the first thing you kind of did, I just knew straight away, I was like, we're going to get this done because of how you were, like, wanted to like give me everything that I can do, like give me everything. And then you did it. And your progress was beyond anything I've ever seen for an Achilles rupture. Usually there are an injury that, look, you're looking at a 12-month return to sport. That is for like sprinting team sports, but boxing is extremely explosive. You still require that ability to obviously pivot off that back leg. So it was your back leg.
Yeah, the right
So
one.
pivot off, if you like come off that back leg and really explode. So we needed to get that capacity relatively quick. And so, yeah, we ripped into the rehab really hard. Like we probably progressed her much quicker than usually with like a usual person, but you weren't a usual person. You were someone that was so willing to go that next step to get everything absolutely, 100 as quick as possible. And I just remember you were about 4 months in and you said, I've locked in a fight. You came in, I didn't even know. You came in and you said, I've locked in a fight for like a month's time. And it was the fight in WA.
But you guys were like, so I've got my strength and condition and done the physio. And they were like, look, we need to. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
We were still a bit.
They fucking, that gives me a headache. Do not do that to me. I can't manage. Maybe now. I was like, and I got upset with both of you because I was like, call them. Fucking tell me yes or no. If we say no, we're not doing it, full stop. But if we say yes, we fucking go for it.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's do it.
Let's
I was like, that's it. No doubts, no nothing. We go for it.
Yeah.
I was sparring 2 weeks, a week before my fight, still sparring on the moon boot.
Yeah.
Wow. And I fought for 10 rounds.
Wow.
Yeah, we had you.
Amazing.
We had you sparring. I basically was like, you came in the week before the fight. We did some tests out of the moon boot. You were doing some hops, and I just wanted to make sure that you could pivot off that leg and see what your endurance was like. Your calf bulk wasn't there. It wasn't quite, it was risky. I'm not going to lie. It was risky. But at the same time, I was like, I think we're going to be okay.
Said that.
Yeah. This is a part of a professional athlete physio relationship that you kind of have where you don't tell them things. Yeah. It's important, especially in an elite sport like yours. Like you don't tell them some stuff.
I told you guys.
And I know me and Matt were kind of in the background going, oh, I don't know. But yeah, so you did it, and then we did the tests. You came in and you passed the tests that I wanted you to pass. And I was like, let's do it. And then you fought, and then from that fight, I had so much confidence after that, the fact that you held up so well, that from there it was like, let's tackle the shit out of this. And then we set up that fight. I think you set up that fight over in Thailand a bit later in the year and destroyed her.
Yeah, so
that was like 9 months after. And then 12 months after, basically, 12, 13 months, you won the world title.
Yeah.
And now I'm going for an undisputed world title.
Yeah, it's just absolutely insane. So your whole journey was crazy, like a crazy journey. And like the fact that you did 3 fights within basically a 12-month period after an Achilles rupture is beyond anything I've ever seen. It's probably one of the greatest spectacles of sporting return performance to elite level in a long time.
Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit.
And we talk about it at Sapien all the time. We go,
I
oh my
didn't run,
God.
remember?
What were you doing for cardio?
A year. We only started running.
No, we started running it around after your Thailand fight.
So 9 months
Yeah,
after.
we started running then.
That's why skier. I'm a master on a skier. Matt made me do 5 kilometers on a stupid skier.
Oh my God.
I hated him. They just pushed me so good.
Just doing had to do other cardio stuff because we couldn't get the that base from running, so we mixed it up.
It teaches you a lot because people think that if you don't have this, then you can't. Like life is that you have to adapt. It's so cool. Like you can't secure what's happening tomorrow. Like this is how Ben, my partner, he's my coach as well. He's more of like thinking on the future, and I can't think longer than a week. And that's a lot. For me, it's like, next day, whoop, we up, let's go.
That's really
what's
cool.
coming in?
That's a really good quality to have. That's just you.
There's always something that you can do. There's like something might be wrong, but there is almost always something that you can do. Like straight after the surgery, obviously you're not going to be doing rounds with pads, but there's stuff that you can do to work around it. And that's like that's what separates a champion from a normal person. It's you find the shit that you can get done now to get you one step closer to where you need to be.
Correct. And I tell that people at the gym, like, I have Achilles rupture, I had knuckles, my
had so many
shoulder.
things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, before your last fight, her shoulder, 4 weeks out from the fight, she had a partial tear in her supraspinatus of her shoulder that got worse. That was before the world title fight, and we had to get that
Sweet.
right. Oh god, it was this constant. It was
No
constant,
problem.
but no problem.
But see, this is what I train. People get so many excuses, like, oh, I've got a little bit of a cold.
Yeah.
My leg is a little bit sore. Like you can find any excuses. Like for females, periods. When they come to me, I got my period. Sweet. What happened? Like I fight with my period sometimes. No dramas. I got pain. My weight fluctuates. My hormones go up and down. So you can manage all that stuff. And this is the way that I train is that because you never know how you're going to feel that day when you step on the ring about to fight. You never know, not even when you're hitting the pads. We've done with Ben when we're hitting pads and we're missing the pads. The punches are wrong. And imagine if you panic. You don't. Already your mind, you're like, oh, this, and you already have excuse of why you lost. This is I tell people because you already making an excuses. You making an excuses why I lost. Why I didn't do I wasn't feeling, my head, this and that. Like I don't make excuses. Every time I'm trained when I didn't eat properly, I didn't sleep, I got my period, I'm feeling sick, that and that. Or when I'm pushing myself to the limits, that black place that you wanna give up, I'm sorry, switch it on because it could happen on the fight. Could happen there, and you have trained that. You need to train that scenario. The fight is just the fun part.
And that would carry over into other areas of your life, like everything can be a fight. It's not, doesn't have to be physical.
Yeah, correct. Every
Absolutely.
detail, money. Look, my whole family lives in back home. Miss them like crazy. Like my family's Ben and his brother, but my mom, my brother, I don't have them here, and I don't have the money to bring them. Or luckily, I went this year, just fortunate, but it's a very long period of time when I miss home and I miss my stuff. But then, I can cry, which I do. I actually don't cry. When I feel sad, I watch sad movies. I don't cry.
Nice.
And then you cry in the same movie? Yeah.
But it's like the dog dies. It's so sad. And I love crying, but I don't cry for things, if that makes sense. So movies, I force myself to cry.
Yeah.
That because I hate crying. I don't cry.
Do you have a favorite sad movie?
Not really. It could be anything.
Anything?
I
You just
do-
look up on Google sad movies to look up?
Drama.
Drama,
Go to
yeah.
drama and that's it. Whatever scene, that. And it just, everything comes.
That's
I got a
good.
favorite movie when I want to feel happy. Dodgeball.
Nice. You dodge a wrench, you dodge a ball.
Is my movie.
It's a great film.
I can laugh every time I see it.
Yeah,
I know it's the same jokes, and I laugh
But
as
it's
hard
unreal.
every time. I love it. And we call ourselves average Joes because if you notice, I never had a proper uniform or anything like that.
Yeah,
So that's us. Yeah.
Cool. We've got a fight coming up. I want to get into what's happening soon. Like we said before, this will be released hopefully when this hasn't been officially announced and it's all out there, which is going to be epic. Your opponent and like, how do you feel coming into this fight? Like, do you see yourself as an underdog in this fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Awesome. And,
Yeah.
and how does that obviously drives you and gets you like fired up because I know what you like. But this opponent, do you think about her and do you think about do you respect her as a champion currently?
Of course,
Cool.
of course. I mean, she's the undisputed champion of the world. She has all the belts. She's young. She has all the support. She can train full time, doesn't have to work, has all the recovery, all the stuff, all the fancy things.
Not
She
only
doesn't
that,
have-
but the organizers will want her to win.
Oh, it's her promotion.
Yeah.
It's what do you mean? It's her promotion.
Golden Boy.
Oh, so she trains with Oscar and
No.
is that-
So that's his promoter, her promoter.
okay.
Oscar de la Hoya is the promoter.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm fighting under that promotion.
And you're
Yeah.
going into
She's-
enemy territory also.
Yeah.
Going to America.
Oh, it's gonna be so
Like
much
you've
fun
got-
when I knock it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. There's no feelings. Look, there's a thing. Look, my manager and Ben, Steve Scanlon and Ben Saba, they were talking about that she was gonna vacate and I was gonna be a world champion, and I'm like, and like, why is that? I don't see that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's a great
I
mindset.
wanna fight her and take everything from her.
Nice.
I wanna take all the belts, and I'm gonna be that person that at 42 years old is the undisputed champion of the world. A Colombian that has to work, that doesn't have sponsors, that all the things that she's gone through, that's the champion. I'm so excited. They underestimate me because I understand. Like, if you check my record, this is the thing. Again, I haven't been paid, so what happens, I have to take my money and pay to my opponents, and I don't have the money to pay for high paid opponents. So I have to go with what my resources or what I can do. So that's why my career has been, every time I have a good opponent, let's go, fight hard. But yeah, that's the thing. Whereas when you get the opportunity to fight on your own cars, there's a lot of money involved. So they probably underestimate me big time,
Yeah.
and they're gonna get for the shock of their lives. I love this. This is
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've been. This is the dream. I'm living the dream. Fighting in a huge car for the undisputed for all the belts. Like, who has the chance? I made it there. You have no idea how happy I am.
And you made that for yourself. Like
Exactly.
you came to Australia, you started boxing in a gym, like especially like you're saying, like no females, you chose boxing out of the sports, all the sports that you could have done.
True.
And you've never done it before, and you went from nothing to this opportunity, and that was all you. Like, this is like such a pinnacle moment of your life.
It's amazing. Like I'm lucky. I met Steve Scallen, which is my manager. He has believed from me from the beginning, helped me, has supported me, put money on it as well. Ben, sacrificing everything. You, as a partner, imagine how much he has sacrificed himself, put money as well on the dream. Dom, you've been part of this journey as well. Matt, like you guys, I don't have a massive support, but the ones that I have is just solid base. And we got it. We made it. We got this point, and it's gonna be amazing. Like, it's gonna be
I'm so disappointed I can't come. Oh
You're
my
an-
God,
you're
I'd be
an
there in
idiot.
a heartbeat.
Japan. Oh wow.
I'm going to Japan Sunday and I can be there. But I'm literally, I'll be there whatever time it's on, middle of the night, and freaking snow just going, come on, man. Just screaming.
It's gonna be
amazing. What about after this fight, after you win those belts, like where then? Just hold them for as long as you bloody can,
Yeah.
I guess.
Everyone wants to fight me. After
Then everyone will want to fight her.
And then bring me the cash.
That's exactly right. It's so well deserved at that point. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's you know what? I just wanna inspire people. Like, that's the point. Like, I never done it for the money, as you can say. You know, like, I just wanna help people, inspire people. We all have different journeys, different difficulties, just from whatever background. Life hits you hard, but that's the beauty of it. Like, just we all have different opportunities, different resources, different mindsets, but we all have something special within us that will make us to that place that you want to be. We all know how you don't need to be a world champion or whatever, just your business, I know if you want to be this person, you can just channel that dream. And when you really find it, just give your all. Like the universe, again, I'm not religious. I do believe in angels. I'm always been protected. There's someone there looking after me all the time. even though the things that happen for a reason, and that's where I am at this moment. So I just try to do my best, be the best person, and that's what I want to pass to the world. Like that's what I want you to like. Fuck. And I've seen it. Like people come to the gym and say, you know what? I was not gonna train, and then you made that post that you were sick or you were tired and you stayed running 5Ks. Fuck, I have to go and train. So that's the part that I want to be.
Yeah.
It's
That's like
exciting.
that's legacy. Awesome. Thank you very much for coming
Thank
on,
you.
Viv.
Yeah, this has been really inspiring, and I think it will inspire everyone that listens to this. Like, it's been incredible hearing your story. So thank you for coming on.
Oh no,
Much appreciated.
I love
Absolutely.
sharing the story, and I just follow, support. The way that you can help me
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
supporting, sharing, screaming, letting people know about me.
So what's your Instagram, the gym, like shout all that out
Yeah,
to everyone. Yep.
Boxer Ruiz,
Yep.
Boxer_Ruiz,
Yep.
Undisputed Boxing and Fitness. We just released an app, Boxing IQ. A boxing app is a really good way for you to train at home, anywhere, anytime. It's a really good app that we've been working as well in the background for a very long time since COVID.
Wow.
And we finally released it. It's a really, really good app. To everyone, Sapiens, you guys been fantastic.
Thank
You
you.
guys took me from Achilles rupture to undisputed champion of the world, so that's amazing. Our cow, they came into my world and changed it. Game changer, amazing. Steve Scallon, my manager, Henny Lawyers, they've been supporting me always in the background. The promoter, Luda Vela, just everyone that has been in the journey. Thank you so much, and just follow.
Amazing. Well, that was the Outlaws podcast. Thank you for listening. Until next time.
See you next time.